think it's what?
It is I, Rex!
Today's video is brought to you by Lootcrate.com. Save 10% on any new subscription at www.trylootcrate.com/MMORPG. Enter promo code BRIDGE10 for 10% savings. Hey guys, what's happening? Welcome back to the Elder Scrolls Legends. Well, first off, Legends is officially in open beta for PC at the moment, soon to be on Mac and iPad, and I'm sure Android as well down the road. But if you're into CCGs, I think the Elder Scrolls Legends is definitely worth an install. And for the record, I haven't spent a cent on this game yet. So if you want to try Legends out, check out the direct links below, sign up with Bethesda, and get right into the game. Now, I've been using the yellow willpower attribute cards as well as the green agility cards, yellow and green. Personally, this is my favorite combo so far, but it's been really fun to see other decks and also see what other players are using. Our guy here is using the intelligence, so blue and yellow. Intelligence has some really good spells in the mix as well. Very deadly, just depending on what he draws. So we are definitely at a point right now in the Elder Scrolls Legends where there really isn't a meta yet. Everyone is just kind of testing out decks and seeing what works for them. Now what's even crazier is some players, I'll call them the ballsy ones, are just using one attribute. They're just using one color. So for example, going up against a player earlier today that was just using the yellow willpower cards. All he had was essentially 90% yellow and maybe some neutral cards in there as well. I say that's ballsy because in a way you're limiting your options, but also in a way it's a lot more balls to the wall. You know what you have in your deck. All the yellow cards sync well with each other, so I respect players using just one color, but I also feel like they're kind of at a disadvantage. That being said, the next match after this, I came across a guy playing just neutral cards. He was just playing the gray cards, and I couldn't believe it. I was very impressed to say the least, and the match actually turned out to be really exciting. So stay tuned for that. But for now, I want to talk about Legends and why players from Magic the Gathering and Hearthstone seem to be flocking to the open beta. Sure, it's a new game, it's a new CCG, but also, Legends seems to really have found a good balance between Hearthstone and Magic the Gathering. And in my opinion, I think they're doing a hell of a job so far. Now, earlier today, there was a cool post on Reddit from Spatix84. I'm going to read some of what he said because what he put into words is essentially what I feel with regards to the Elder Scrolls Legends. Again, these are not my words, but his, and I feel he has some worthy things to say, so I'm going to link his Reddit thread below for reference if you guys are interested in checking it out. All right, here's what Spatix had to say. I am 32 years old. I've been playing MTG for almost 20 years. I've never been a hyper-competitive player, but I kept up with standard for most part. I would play FNM a couple times a month, and the odd PPTQ. Love the game. I'm so freaking tired of the spectaculars trying to get rich off that game. I've always had a good eye for cards that I think are undervalued, so I usually got my playsets before they would spike in value. Now with the recent buyouts and the skyrocketing price of Legacy/Modern, I've had enough. This brings me to Hearthstone. I spent way more than I feel comfortable disclosing on this game. I love Hearthstone. For about a month when a new set comes out, each and every time, though, it dissolves into an aggressive zoo/flood meta, and it gets incredibly boring. Now, with the recent destruction of Priest, I'm washing my hands of it. I'm done with Hearthstone, he says. So far, ESL has been wonderful. It takes what I love about both games and adds some mechanics that I thoroughly enjoy. The rune system is amazing. The two-lane system adds a surprising amount of depth. This game will end up being my main/only CCG if it keeps up. There are some issues though. Premium cards are barely distinguishable from their normal counterparts. I got a premium legendary and didn't realize until I went to Soul Trap it. The legendary drop rate in packs seems to have been lowered substantially since the reset. This is a problem when you need 3 copies of some. He also says, I desperately need a mobile version of this game, and if they can crank one out, I am uninstalling Hearthstone. Obviously, that is in the pipeline from what I hear. Now, the most important thing he says he'd like to see from Elder Scrolls Legends is the fact that they're not going to be afraid to nerf problematic cards. Unfortunately, Hearthstone is terrified of changing cards, and its result has been a stale meta with no innovation. So long story short, I really agree with what Spatix said. I think Legends really does have a fresh take on the CCG. I love the rune system, and I love the 2 lanes. I think it's really cool. It really adds another element. A lot more strategies involved. And honestly, I don't know, this is a dream. I know some people were talking about this as well. Obviously, I think everyone's dreaming at this point, but there potentially could be some sort of co-op you and a buddy could take each lane and fight against 2 other players. Think of it like tennis doubles. That could be amazing. You never know. I mean, the 2-lane system could, down the road, possibly have some sort of co-op mode, maybe a co-op ranked or just co-op just for fun. And again, who knows what they have in store. But nonetheless, I think Elder Scrolls Legends is really kicking some ass, and I am actually having a blast playing it. Ever since I installed Legends, I really haven't played Hearthstone. I'm really enjoying the game. Obviously, it's new. We're all kind of soaking everything up. Also, on a totally random note, what I would love to see in the future would be randomized lanes. You know, obviously, in ranked mode, you have your right lane as your shadow lane, your left lane as your just field lane, basically nothing. It'd be nice to see randomized lanes just like in campaign mode, where you just don't know what you're going to get. I think that would add a lot of depth to the game. Again, we are in open beta. There's a lot of changes and a lot of stuff they're probably going to add, but again, just a dreamer, just a thought. And by the way, this is the match. Kel, Key, something like that. He's just playing neutral cards. I have so much respect for this guy. It's not an easy thing to do. It's a lot easier to have a combination, a color combination, and don't get me wrong, he actually did a pretty damn good job with his neutral cards. I would definitely say at a disadvantage, but who knows? Maybe they're going to buff some stuff up down the road. Maybe you'll get an advantage for just playing one color down the road. Who knows how it's going to work? So anyways, what do you guys think so far of the Elder Scrolls Legends? Have you played it? Are you going to install it? It is an open beta. It's free to play. Definitely worth checking out. Would love to hear your comments and feedback below. Do you think the Elder Scrolls Legends will be the Hearthstone killer? Let me know what you think again below in the comments. As always, we have more information here at MMORPG.com. My name is RipperX. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in, and I'll see you guys soon.
Into the breach. I hear and obey. Acknowledged. If I fall into the breach. Acknowledged. Into the breach. Acknowledged. Can I carry your weapon? Shine your boots back up that. This was a worthy contest.
A fine display.
My battle is lost.
Make sure to level up your MMO knowledge by visiting MMORPG.com, subscribing to our YouTube channel, and by following us on social media. To catch up on the week's biggest MMO news, watch our latest MMO FTW. And to see if there's a better MMO out there for you, watch one of our latest First Impressions videos. Thanks for watching.